Well, good morning, everybody. This is Felicia Mupo. I know most of y'all that are on the line this morning, so welcome to the freedailycoaching.com call, usually with Bert Bledsoe, but Bert is off picking up his son this morning, which is super fun from the airport, so he may be able to hop over and join us here in just a minute, but not totally sure, making sure that he's making a priority of picking up his son, and that's what's so great about these calls, and everybody, all of you that are on the call, as well as just the industry as a whole, that he's able to make a priority of being there for his son that's flying into town. So really excited. We've got a Friday free-for-all today, so that makes it a lot of fun and really easy, and we've got a lot of people that are going to join us on the call this morning. So at the bottom you see Phil.
Right here.
Hi. And then Debbie.
Hello.
And Kevin. I think many of y'all know these people already. Again, I'm Felicia Mupo, so you'll see my name every now and then pop up on the chat bar. So hopefully I've met most of y'all. But if not, if we haven't met yet, definitely want to get a chance to connect and meet you personally. But before we kind of get going with our Friday free-for-all, just want to say hi to a few people that are here and welcome you on to the call this morning. So Lisa and Craig and Christina, good to see you, Christina. We haven't chatted in a while, as well as Patty. Glad that you're joining us, Patty and Karen and all the people that are on the panel list. So I see a few more people hopping on. Super excited to see everybody over here this morning. Well, on our Friday free-for-all call this morning, just kind of wanted to have everybody share what's been going on this week, what's worked for you, what lessons have you learned, what are some tidbits of information that have come across your desk this morning that everybody could really get a lot of value out of and be able to share it with the whole group. And then I have an exciting announcement of some things that are going to be happening with the free daily coaching calls moving forward over the next few weeks. So definitely want you to stick around so you can hear what some of those announcements are. But who wants to go first and kind of share your week and share a bit of information that you learned this week?
All right. Well, I can go first if that's all right with everybody else.
Thanks, Phil.
All right. Well, I've had a lot of connections on Facebook. It's been probably the last 3 or 4 days. It's been pretty big, almost too many connections. And when I say too many, what I mean is being able to keep up and build a relationship with somebody. And as we all know in this industry, I mean, numbers are great, but connecting with people is probably more important. I talk about getting, let's say, 10 friend requests. Well, if I get that, I like to actually message each one of those people and introduce myself and maybe talk to them a little bit about, what they're doing and what I do. So it's been, I've probably spent more time than I had allotted on my schedule for doing that stuff because I've had such a influx of new people in my news feed. So I can't stress it enough is that it's great to have 2,000, 3,000 friends, whatever, but when they're just on your friends list and you've never even chatted with them, you're kind of missing an opportunity to connect with somebody. And the reason I say that and the reason I find out that it's important is because I'm in this 100-day Biz Builder Challenge, and we have a point system that talks about how many times have you how many new I guess what the word is, not necessarily connections, but how many times have you
exposures or follow-ups?
Yeah, follow-ups and offers and things like that. And I've had a huge week with being able to put my offers in front of people. and way bigger, especially the last 3 days. And you'll eventually see it on our when we post our points trackers. But yeah, it's been crazy, and but it's all because I've reached out to these people individually rather than just posting in my newsfeed. And I think you can't stress that enough. It's really important, and it's definitely working for me. There's no doubt about it.
That's a great point, Phil. I mean, you know, making those personal connections, and that's one of the things that I know each one of us that are on this call love Bert so much for, is he is wonderful at making those personal connections, and I know has really poured in a lot of valuable, you know, tips and information into us, and into how critical that is, and not only for the growth of your business, but the growth, I'm sure, for you personally, Phil, and everybody that you reached out to. Now, I know that you said in there that, you know, it was more time than you had actually allotted that you spent on reaching out and making those personal connections. Do you think that's going to adjust your weeks moving forward? Will you allot more time for reaching out? Was it valuable enough to allot your time to that? Or will you start limiting the people that you reach out to? Which one do you think is going to be best for your schedule?
Well, you know, I need to, you know, just like I think anything, you need to limit yourself in certain areas. You need to do the tasks that are most important for your business to grow. But this is one of those tasks, I think, the connections with people, that I don't think it's a good idea to limit it, because then I'll be cutting down on my opportunity to actually help people in the industry. And I think it's something that moving forward, I'm definitely going to adjust my time slots for how much time I spend making these connections. And I know in the My Lead System Pro community that I'm in, there's a checklist, and that checklist says a certain amount of new connections every day. Well, I'm already way over that every day. So I can't say that that's a bad thing, because I'm making personal connections, which I think for my business and anybody's business is extremely important.
That's great. That's really what makes this a network marketing, relationship marketing type industry versus just a run ads. If you're just a marketer, an online marketer, and making those relationships. Well, thanks so much for sharing, Phil. Kevin, how about you? What was your week like this week?
It's been pretty busy, Felicia. It's been real busy. As you know, we also are in the 100-Day Biz Builder Challenge with Phil and yourself, and we've been working on our points trackers. We are also in one of the other programs, the Copywriting Mastery, and Pauline especially really gets into doing the blog. So she's been focusing a lot on that this week. As some of you might have seen, we've been putting up some content, really working out those strategies that Brian's sharing in there. And it's been real busy.
Kevin, what do you think has been the probably the most unusual, or what do you think is the biggest tip that she's gotten out of that Copywriting Mastery course that didn't seem natural, that really made a big change in how you phrase things?
I think for her, she feels like that when she writes, sometimes maybe she doesn't connect with the people when she writes, and since taking Brian's course, she's learned how to reword her content to where it puts a lot of passion and emotion into her articles, and it captivates the audience or the people that read it. And I think that was a big takeaway for her, and it's really boosted her confidence in the articles that she's put out there.
That's really cool, to be able to put some of that passion and emotion into your writing versus just words, and having the words lay there on the paper versus if they can capture somebody's emotion. Have y'all noticed a difference in your open rates or your click-through or activity rates based on implementing some of those strategies?
Yeah, I mean, within maybe 24 hours of posting on the blog with her the articles and some of the strategies she's used, we've already got about 10 likes or 10 followers on our blog, and we've had over 50 views of our blog. So, it's getting out there, it's getting in the search engines, and she's actually getting to see it take off. And so that's really a big boost for her, and I think she's really excited to keep throwing up some more content and see where it's going to go.
Wow, that's super cool. So you were able to take a class, grab some tidbits of information, enhance what it is that you're already doing. So you're already putting out blogs, you were already putting out posts, and just by changing some of the wording and capturing into your own heart and your own emotion, you were able to gain new followers and build up her own self-confidence. So that's a great bit of information. And then you mentioned a course that Brian Finale within My Lead System Pro is offering of copywriting mastery. It's been going on for about a month now, I think. It's like a 14, I think it's like a 14-week, 16-week course, something like that, but it's been going on for a month, and I think it's still available for people to hop on if they so wanted to. And he recommends several good books, one of which, let's see if I can find it. Oh, goodness, I think I left it in the, nope. One of which is this one. So if nobody's read this, this is one that, this is on my list, and I've got it on my desk because I'm on like chapter 7, and that was my reading this morning. So a great book. I'm sure y'all have already started to follow it.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, he's got some great tips in there. It's been a real eye-opener to know how influential just changing these few little words here and there, and maybe doing a little bit of a bold or just 1 or 2 word changes will dramatically affect the content and the way people view the value that they get out of that content.
Wow, that's really cool. That's really awesome. Well, Debbie, how about you? How has your week been?
My week has been really crazy. I have lots of distractions going on right now, so what I'm learning is how to continue to get my daily stuff done no matter what's blowing up.
How are you doing that? Has it been through your scheduling, or just just like cutting things out? What's worked for you?
Well, I cut things out. You don't have to eat. You don't have to. You can get some lots of things done if you're not cooking and doing stuff. So yeah, you just have to decide what's important and stick to your schedule. Make sure you get everything that you have on your daily tasks done that day, and work around the little things that are happening in your life.
Right. No, that's good. I mean, this is a crazy time of year. I've got 2 little ones at home. So I've got an 8-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son. So I know you've got grandbabies, and some just being born, and
Yes.
and some that are already here that you're able to play with and have a lot of fun. And this is a great time of year to be doing a lot of that family activities that would take you really out of the house typically. I mean, the weather's beautiful, there's water parks are open, everything's going on, and it is tough to keep a schedule, but extremely critical because you still, I'm sure, want to move your business forward.
Yes.
At this time of year. Just because it's summertime doesn't mean that you don't want to be a business owner anymore. And I'm with you on that one, Debbie. I mean, I have had some crazy distractions last night. I mean, I was driving, I was at home with my son, and I had taken my kids to a big water park during the day yesterday. So I don't know if too many of y'all saw my Facebook post, but I decided to take an extended lunch break from about 11 to 3. So that was a really long lunch break. Take my 2 little ones over to the water park, and we had a great time. But while we're at the water park, I tried to totally shut off my brain, not think about work, not think about what I needed to get done when I got home, just enjoy the moment. Because that's the blessing of being in this space and in this industry, is that we can take that time. It's a random Thursday afternoon, and here we are at the water park when there's like maybe 200 other people there. Wonderful time. And then come back and get to work. So when I did come back and get the kids fed and get everybody happy and all that, when I got back to work, there wasn't a full day left. There was just a limited amount of time, and I'm sure you're experiencing that as well, where you're kind of trying to crush everything in. A husband went on to a hockey game last night, got onto a major tollway near our house, driving to his hockey game, and his car blew up. Right before this call, I got a phone call that something seized and burned and blew some belt, who knows what, and it's like $3,000 to fix it. But last night, he was stuck on the side of the road. So here I was trying to catch up with my day's activities because we went out and we had a great time, and I would never trade that for the time back, to do work. But now all of a sudden, late at night, I'm waking up my son to drive him down the road to pick up my husband on the side of the road with a broke down car, and then that's kind of the task that we're tackling today. Is oh goodness, we just got a phone call and it's $3,000 and he needs a rent car, and he's got to get to work. So, but yeah, and still two little ones, which fortunately they are being blessings, and they are in the other room right now, but I don't think you can hear them. So this is that is a big task at this time of year, is to making sure that you're able to transition your schedule in a way that goes from springtime, and if you've got children where you've got kids in school and you've got a very regular routine that you're used to following. You drop them off, you get them on the school bus, they're gone for about 7 hours, you have some dedicated time to work, and then when they come home, if you so choose to, then you sit down as a family dinner, and then they typically go to bed at a reasonable time, 7:30, 8:30 at night. Now all bets are off. Everything's gone. All the schedule is completely lost, and you've got kids at home, you've got activities going on, and your bedtime is shot. So that's one thing that I think is great out of this call this morning, is to talk about how important it is to keep that schedule going for yourself. Keep that schedule going for your business. So that way you have time to do things like Kevin and Pauline are doing. I mean, they're participating in the 100-Day Biz Builder Challenge, which that is it is a huge time commitment, but it's also a big mind commitment in making sure that you are really, really challenging yourself during these 100 days. You're not just lollygagging and lackadaisical down the lazy river during these 100 days and look back and wish that you had done a little bit more. And they're also participating in another big course, the Copywriting Mastery that Brian Fidali is offering through My Lead System Pro, and there's a big time commitment with that one as well. So I guess on this Friday free-for-all, I'm kind of looking through the chat and seeing if I can bring some things up, but I think that's the big one now that we've either kicked off summer for all of our kiddos, or they're about to get out in the next week. And as I was telling somebody the other day, May is kind of the most beautiful hell month, because as a parent, you are crazy, crazy busy and all your schedule gets messed up. But it is one of the most beautiful months of the year, and so much excitement is abound. Sound about right? Well, cool. I want to transition a little bit. We have this big announcement that of things that are coming, into the free daily coaching call. And Bert has been awesome. He is a fabulous leader. He is a wonderful mentor, and pours so much of himself and his heart and his learning into everybody that wants to reach out to him and get that. Yeah, I saw that, Phil, Mr. Goatman. Unfortunately, I don't have the goats here at my house. Otherwise, I would I would try to pull them out with me, but they don't tend to fit in a little tiny backyard that we get here in North Dallas. But what we've got is, over the next several weeks, several people have raised their hand to Bert and said, you know what, I think I'm ready. I want to share what I know to everybody else, and to really try to pour some of my knowledge onto somebody, so that way we're not all running in the exact same circles. We can take the opportunity to learn from each other. So what Bert has done is lended us this platform to share what we know and to share it with you. So let me go over some of the schedule. Tentatively, this is kind of how it's gonna lay out. Is next Tuesday, I believe, which is the 10th. I'm going to cover that one on identifying your target market. Now, my reason for that is one, why it's important to identify a target market when you're running a business. A lot of people that I see go out there and say, you know, my target market is anybody that breathes, or you know, anybody that is over 18 years old, because you know you have to be 18 to participate in the network marketing space. Anybody who's over 18 years old, or something like that. And it's very difficult to talk to a market like that. And you know, like you said, Kevin, with Pauline is trying to get into the heartstrings and get into the emotion of somebody. Getting into the emotion of somebody, if you don't know who that somebody is extremely difficult. I'll probably say that it's impossible to get into somebody's emotions if you don't have a very clear picture of that person that you're trying to get into the emotions of. So I'll go over identifying your target market, why it's important. Also, some quick tips on how to identify your target market. And then, if I have time, because this is a very short call, only about 30 minutes, if I have time, also what to do with that information once you've identified who your target prospect is, whether it's from a product side, whether it's from a business opportunity side, but what to do with that information. The following week, so the following Tuesday of the 17th, Debbie, you're going to be taking the helm, talking about mindset. So it's probably a good thing I'm not talking about mindset. It sounds like you are so much better at the mindset than I am. So I look forward to learning from you on the mindset, because I'll tell you, you know, to be transparent, that is an area that I personally struggle in. So I really look forward to learning from you on that. Tom is going to be talking about funded proposals, actions, and results. Now, Tom has been great at sharing a bunch of information on success stories that he's had recently about running ads and getting leads and making sales through running ads. I mean, he's becoming a real rock star in several different areas of running ads and doing funded proposals. So he's going to share those learnings as he's learning them with us. Following week takes us into the first day of July. Phil will take over, so the beginner's guide of how he got started. So many of us, when we were looking to start online, then we don't really know where to go. We don't know who to turn to, who to trust. And it's funny, some of the questions that I'm sure you personally asked, I know I did, is just grasping at anything to make a solid ground. So I know, Phil, you can take us through and share what has made you so successful and really put you on solid footing over the last several months. Clive Jeffries will also come on that following week. I'm not quite sure what he's going to share with us yet, so we'll have to stay tuned to hear that. But you know, with that, Debbie and Phil, do y'all want to add a little bit more about what you're going to talk on in your weeks?
Yeah, I'll throw in mine. I've had kind of probably a unique experience in this industry, and I've started out well over a year ago, just kind of dabbling in stuff, just kind of playing with starting a blog and starting some Facebook stuff and selling some affiliate products and just getting an interest in it, and it was more of a hobby, and so it kind of has evolved into in the last I'll make this really short, in the last 3 months since December is when my employer actually decided to change our hours and stuff, and me and at the time my fiance, and I just recently got married about eight weeks ago. So, but at the time my fiance and I were thinking about how we wanted to do this, and we came to the conclusion that it was time to quit. And so I'm full time at home, and I'm going to talk about my journey to this point. You know, what's gone on for me to realize that you know, I can really grow this business, and I can really make it in this industry. What has gone on in this amount of time?
Well, that'll be great. I look forward to hearing that, because I'm on a little bit even shorter of a timeline than you. I've been at this gig for just about half the amount of time that you have. So I look forward to hearing what you've got to share, and hopefully make my steps a little bit clearer over the next coming months. Thank
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, mindset. For me, personally, it was a make or break. You know, until you get your mind in the right spot, you really can't proceed with anything because nothing seems to work. You're stuck. And as I progressed, now when I look at other people and I talk to other people, you can see where they are and you can see why they're stuck. And you know, so the mindset to me is really, really super important. So that's where we're going to go.
Cool. That'll be fun. I'll come with full intention, attention that day, and be sure and shut everything down so I can really focus and pay attention. Well, cool. Well, we are almost at the top of the hour now, and I know a lot of us hop onto another call right at the top of the hour, so I want to be respectful of that. Guys, anything else that y'all want to share? I'm kind of looking through the chat. If there's anything that you want to pop over in the chat, then I will. I'll see if I can address any of that also.
Yeah, I just want to thank Bert. You know, thanks Bert for not only having a great, giving us the chance to hop on his free daily coaching call, but and just being who he was and who he is. And building up other people in the industry, and it's really shown us as individuals what we need to do to be successful in this industry.
Cool. Totally agree with you on that. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Well, good, everybody. Y'all have a great weekend. I know that a lot of us are going out. We've got graduations going on this weekend and next weekend. So if you've got family that are friends that are graduating, especially from college or high school, congratulations. Way to go. Super excited for your family on that. Go enjoy the time. And we look forward to seeing you again on Monday morning on the freedailycoaching.com call with Bert will be back, so we will get to see his lovely face. Y'all take care. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
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 See ya.
Bye-bye.